Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated!
Hey, what? No, wait, it's Evil Robot Factory. You're singing the wrong line. Evil Robot Factory. What is wrong with you guys?
Hey guys, you ready to bust into this place?
Hello there, agents. Unfortunately, I have some bad news. Dr. Doofenshmirtz has taken over the robot factory. It's crawling with guards and full of traps. Be extra careful, agents. We're counting on you.
How do we get in now? I really wanted to see the inside of a robot factory. Well, we can't just walk in the front door. They're looking for our faces.
What if we could just walk in?
Into the robot factory? Just walk in? Just walk into the robot factory? Tell me more.
As I'm sure you know, there's a very easy exploit to get around that problem. They are not looking for Peter the Panda or Pinky the Chihuahua, so just send them into the robot factory. But I digress. Because Resistance Phineas and Resistance Ferb have joined the team. Yep, those are the other two playable characters out of the main cast of 6. A different version of Phineas and Ferb. You can't make this up. Yep. Let's just get started. Yes, this is indeed our master plan to get into the robot factory. Disguising ourselves with a mask of Dr. Doofenshmirtz. What idiot would fall for this? Well, apparently the robot's in this factory. So let's grab this first coin right here and talk to this robot.
Oh my gosh, it's you, Dr. Doofenshmirtz! It's you, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, at our factory! Well, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, let me give you a tour of the factory. Follow me. This is our blaster model, our baseline robot, great at keeping the populace in line. This is the dark matter model, very popular with the kids. And this? Well, of course you know it's under here. You commissioned it. I won't spare the processors explaining it, but needless to say, the prototypes are performing excellently. You will be pleased. We are about to start mass production. In fact, why don't I take you through the rest of the factory? If you will just step on these decontamination pads. Whoa! You aren't Dr. Doofenshmirtz! You aren't Dr. Doofenshmirtz!
I find it comical that the...
Why do they always run?
I find it comical that the only way that they can determine whether it's Dr. Doofenshmirtz or not is by a stupid little plastic face mask. And the second that flies off, they're like, "What? You aren't actually Dr. Doofenshmirtz?" It kind of reminds me of, you know, first mention Dr. Doofenshmirtz and how he cannot recognize Perry unless he has the hat on. It's like, Perry the Platypus, or Platypus Plumber? Perry the Platypus Plumber? Perry the Platypus? Anyway, okay, so we leveled the baseball launcher, so we definitely have some upgrades here. Oh, wow, max level for the baseball launcher, yeah. We put all our upgrades here. So that's upgraded to the max. Anti-gravity ray, still level 2. I'm not gonna bother upgrading that. Carbonator, still, that's upgraded as much as it can be for the time being. Ninja glove is useless. Digital hacker, I just picked the same thing twice. Digital hacker, am I not selecting that? There we go. Okay, finally selected the digital hacker. And this, and then, do I have any upgrades for the Alka beacon? I do. Recharge rate is probably best for the beacon to summon in animal agents. Anyway, yeah, so I just find it comical that that's consistent. Like, hey, first mention Dr. Doofenshmirtz can't tell it's Perry the Platypus unless he's wearing the hat. The second mention Dr. Doofenshmirtz robots can't. All they need to know of whether it's Doofenshmirtz or not is if you wear the stupid cheap plastic mask. Again, though, not really necessary because they're not looking for Peter the Panda or Pinky the Chihuahua, so all you gotta do is, is just send in one of them, and then you've got your problem solved. And I know they're unlockable characters, but still, like, you know who isn't an unlockable character? As much as I hate...
To power that conveyor belt. It will help launch you across the gap.
As much as I hate to say it, Terry the Turtle is not on the list of people that, that Doofenshmirtz hates. Also, you need to wait for your partner to step on this platform and then use the carbonator to blast them up to the top. And that's the only part you need for this blueprint. Yeah, but Terry the Turtle is not on Evil Dr. Doofenshmirtz's radar. How did you... You were just to the left. How did you just teleport to the right side of the screen? Okay. So, you could just send Terry the Turtle, Peter the Panda, Pinky the Chihuahua. Any of those people could go in here flawlessly. No problems whatsoever. But on that note, speaking of unlockable characters, we will finally be able to unlock a new unlockable character in this episode, who is the least expensive of all of them. Bafflingly, I find it very, very strange that this character is going to be the one that requires the least tokens to unlock because, well, I guess you'll see why when we get there. But for the time being, we have a level to go through. So yeah, let's talk about Resistance Phineas and Resistance Ferb for a second here. Why? Like, actually why though? So before this point, I could be like, okay, so I can kind of... No, I can't do it. I don't... Half of the main roster baffles the ever-living heck out of me, because, like, obviously 3 of the characters, it makes sense, right? You have Phineas, you have Ferb, you have Perry. Obviously, people who love the show are gonna want to play as those 3 characters. It's a given. But then you bring in Terry the Turtle, and it's like, okay, so maybe you find one Phineas and Ferb fan who just really, really wanted... Like, they really loved the one scene in the movie that Terry the Turtle had, and they really wanted to play as him for some reason. But I got nothing for Resistance Phineas and Resistance Ferb. I can't even begin to conjure up a reason as to how anybody could possibly... Like, so even if you find... Also, you want to put the first piece right here to direct the laser into the receptor on the wall, and then the other 2, pretty self-explanatory. You put the one with the corners at the top left into the left slot, and the one with the corner in the bottom right into the far right slot. Anyway, yeah, so even if you can somehow manage to find a single Phineas and Ferb fan who says, yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of cool to get to play as Resistance Phineas and Resistance Ferb.
We should try and activate those welding platforms.
I defy you to find me a single Phineas and Ferb fan who would want to play as Resistance Phineas and Resistance Ferb instead, like, in place of the other characters from the show that everyone knows and loves. I defy you to find me that person. They don't exist. There's no way. Anyway, yeah, this platform's pretty self-explanatory. You just step on each respective button to go in a certain direction. So left, down, right, up, and you can use it to navigate these nodes and grab the coin below here. Pretty simple. Yeah, I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand. I could understand placing some of the characters and making them unlockables because they're not part of the main adventure, but only under the circumstances in which Resistance Phineas and Resistance Ferb were replaced with Candace and Doofenshmirtz. Because then you could make the excuse that, okay, so they wanted to limit it to only the people who were actually traveling through dimensions and going on the dimension hopping part from the movie. That makes sense. I totally get that. But the problem is that they didn't do that. They slapped Resistance Phineas and Resistance Ferb, also 5th coins right here, into the remaining 2 slots in the character roster.
The mouse robot is carrying the parts we need. Let's crack it open. Gotcha.
And they called it a day, which is just so baffling to me. Because again, like, even if by some miracle you find someone who wanted to play as Resistance Phineas and Resistance Ferb, there's no way they would want to play as them over the other characters. The only reason I'm playing as them right now is just to show them off, just because, you know, we just unlocked them. Other than that, absolutely no motive to play as them whatsoever. So I just... The character selections for this game just really, really confuse me. I don't... They should have made the main 6, Phineas, Ferb, Perry, if they really wanted to create another animal agent. I still say they should have made it either Peter the Panda or Pinky the Chihuahua, but if they really wanted to go for Terry the Turtle, okay. And they should have made Candace and Doofenshmirtz the playable characters instead of Resistance Phineas and Resistance Ferb. No question whatsoever. then I could justify the having Baljeet and the others be unlockable characters. Other than that, it just really confuses me as to how they arrived at this selection of characters for the roster. Anyway, that's pretty much the level over, so fun level. Even though I spent most of it ranting about the bizarre character selection choices. I probably will not play as Resistance Phineas or Resistance Ferb again for the rest of the game, just because we're going to be unlocking so many better characters that I have no incentive to play as either of these people. Also, the frame rate is horrendous right now. The coin, like the check marks are appearing very slowly, and the coins are not spinning at a decent frame rate. Anyway, so on the bright side of things, and here's the good news, we can finally unlock a new character. And who is this character going to be? It is going to be Isabella for 100 tickets. A gentle reminder that Peter the Panda, you know, the panda, who doesn't speak, for as awesome as Peter the Panda is, Peter the Panda cost 700 tickets. 7 times the amount. Pinky the Chihuahua, Isabella's pet dog, cost 550 tickets. Almost 6 times as much as it costs to unlock Isabella herself. Why? I mean, I just don't get it. Like, the implication there is that Pinky the Chihuahua, like, that more people would want to play as Pinky the Chihuahua than Isabella because Pinky the Chihuahua costs more tickets. But I'm just like, no! Whatever. Okay, do we have any cool costumes to unlock? We have a Panda Borg. That could be cool. That could be... Let's get this. We have the tickets for it. Let's get that. See, that could be pretty cool. Any cool figurines? Not... Teamwork. Let's check this out just to see. No. I want teamwork. Check this out. Ooh, Resistance Candace could be cool. You know, let's buy the Jeremy Johnson one just because I want to have figurines of all the main cast members. No. Resistance Phineas, Resistance Ferb don't count. And okay, that's it. All right, so yes, I'm gonna play a couple rounds of the crane game. I'll do one on camera to show off me collecting the red prize capsule, and then I will speed to the footage so that we can proceed to the character roster. And then I can rant some more about how, like, it's just that's probably the biggest thing I have to say in negative about this game is just the character selection. Like, really, you're gonna throw Isabella out of the main roster for Resistance Phineas and Resistance Ferb? You're gonna put Terry the Turtle in there instead of Baljeet? Really? That's the best you got? Oh, there's another stupid gadget chip. Wonderful. Just so you know, Phineas Saves Up sounds like a Christmas ornament you would get.
We should visit a workbench as soon as we can.
Like, you get a Christmas ornament and it says Phineas Saves Up on the front cover. That's what it sounds like to me. Ferb doing a little dance.
On any other day, I would consider a giant cube of fur odd.
And I know we unlocked some other things, so we'll be sure to scroll through the list. We got Teamwork and Resistance Candace, and then the Jeremy Johnson one. Here's Teamwork, Step Brothers in Arms. Oh, it's the Resistance Brothers? Here I was thinking it would be like Phineas and Ferb, but no, it's Resistance Phineas and Resistance Ferb. Okay, fine. Here, Resistance Candace.
I'm not wearing a foil hat with 2 forks stuck into it just so I can tell myself what to do.
Alright then. And I know we have a Jeremy Johnson one here around somewhere. Let's see if we can find... Aha! Apparently they couldn't get Jeremy's voice actor to say anything for this game. They threw in some music and called it a day. And I believe that's all the things we got this time. Okay. Well, that's also I had terrible runs of the crane game. I barely got anything. I got tickets, which is not... If I wanted tickets, I would have just played Parry Ball. So yeah, I'm kind of off my game today. Didn't perform as well as I typically do. But anyway, okay, now, let's proceed to the character roster screen. Isabella Garcia Shapiro has joined the team. Freaking finally, we have a character we actually care about instead of these 2 idiots. This guy, freaking Terry the Turtle. And why? I don't get it. Why are these your main picks for the roster? I don't get it. Because the thing is, like, you can't even use the excuse that they wanted to keep it to the main core, because the only people out of the 6 that are even a part of the main adventure where they go to the second dimension and they go dimension hopping are these 3 right here. Terry the Turtle doesn't exist until they get back to the first dimension, and these 2, the only reason they were here at all is because we went out of our way to go back to second dimension to pick them up. I just, like, they had to write them into this game. They were not here naturally. It's not like they were just in the story and they're like, alright, what do we do with these 2 idiots? They deliberately chose to put them in. But at least finally we actually have Isabella. Of course, her catchphrase for the game is, what you doing? Her favorite weapon is the Alka Beacon, which is interesting. I mean, I guess that makes sense with her character. Okay. I can buy that, so yeah, so we're definitely going to play as Isabella next time because, you know, we just unlocked her. I've been hyping up the fact that we only have one more character to unlock, and he's also awesome, so these 2 characters are the ones I've been really excited to get. I also Peter the Panda, obviously. These 2 I don't give 2 craps about, and then, of course, Terry the Turtle needs to just be deleted from the game. But, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned next time to catch you all tomorrow for some more Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension. Goodbye!